Hey everyone, RJ here with CV Tech, and today I'm giving my review here on the Orbic Wonder smartphone. This is the 5.5-inch LTE model, and this was actually the first phone that I did in the phone challenge. So here is the review of this phone. Now looking at the phone here, it does look really nice here with its design and everything. Up top here, of course, is your camera, your flash, and your microphone there. Your Orbic logo down there. On the bottom here, you will see a USB Type-C charging cable. It looks like two speakers, but one is a microphone while one is a speaker. On the left, you have your dual, setup here for your SD or SD and SIM card. On top here is your 3.5mm headset jack. On the front here, you got your receiver, front-facing camera, and a front-facing flash. A nice full 1080 5.5-inch display, and your fingerprint scanner down here. Now on the right, of course, is your power and your volume rocker there. Now let's go ahead and power the phone on here. Now this phone does have a fingerprint scanner on it, like I may mention. However, it's not the most accurate scanner I've ever used on a device. Now, how is this phone? How does it work? How does it, operate on day-to-day basis? Now, this is an unlocked device that can be used on CDMA and GSM. So it can be used on Sprint, Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, all their MVNOs, all that kind of stuff. So it's really kind of nice to have that there. Now, this phone here, some places retails for around $200. Some places right now you can buy it for $149.99. So kind of take that how you wish as far as pricing goes. Now we'll go ahead and check out that fingerprint scanner. Go ahead and push it here. Now, right now I'm pushing it, and there we go. Took twice to open it. Try it again, and there you go again. It's on, kind of slow. And right now it's working pretty good. There is times where you'll push it and you'll push it and you'll push it. Then it'll say fail, too many attempts, and you guys sit there and put in your pattern pin or whatever you do. So yeah, just kind of take that, just kind of keep that in mind. Now on the drop down here, got your normal stuff there, for Wi-Fi, airplane mode, SIM cards, flashlight. You can also edit that as you wish. And you got your settings here as well. Got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, data. You got your more here for Wi-Fi calling, tethering, and portable hotspot, and all that stuff there. Display, you have brightness level, adaptive brightness, wallpaper, screensaver, ambient display, so it'll wake the screen when you receive notifications. And you can also cast your screen there as well. You got sound, apps, storage. Now I about used up all my storage here with doing picture, video, and just downloading apps. It's got 16 gigabytes of ROM. And you get, I'm not sure how much out of the box, we'll check that out here in a minute. And this phone also has 2 gigabytes of RAM, so a little on the low side there, but it is what it is. And the battery, not really done much of a battery test. I tried doing a battery test here with this phone, and I really couldn't ever get a really good solid battery test, but the battery life is pretty decent on this device. It's not the best by any means, but it's definitely not the worst. It does get you to a full day of usage depending on how you use your phone. Now you got gestures here as well, so you can just jump the camera by quickly pressing the power button twice from any screen. Now this of course has the location, security, all that kind of stuff there as well. Accessibility, you got all this stuff here, talkback, select to speak, all this stuff here as well. You got high contrast text. That's kind of nice to make it more darker text, as you can see right there. And the color inversion kind of makes everything look dark here. When you go home, see how everything looks, this looks different. I'm telling you, it really looks different. Let's go back in here and turn that off. So yeah, now this phone here does run Android 7.1.2. So it does run 7.1.2 Nougat, so it's not the latest version of Android, but it's still not bad, seeing as how this phone out of the box runs Android 7.1.2. Now, taking a look here at the cameras, let's go in here to the camera right quick light, and we'll see what we have going on in here. So right now we're at the front-facing camera, and the cameras honestly do not look bad at all. They look pretty solid. Now it appears to auto mode. You got auto, HDR, portrait, landscape. You got sports. You have flowers, backlight, candlelight, sunset, night, beach, and snow. All those features there. You got all these effects here. You got none, mono, sepia, negative, solarized, polarized, or posterized, aqua, emboss, sketch, and neon. So all that kind of stuff there. Also a face beauty mode here for, you got off, low, mid, high. You can customize that however you like. And of course, here is your settings. You got, of course, the flash on, so it does have that front-facing flash right there, as you can see. So really nice to have that as well. Picture size here is 8 megapixels. 5 megapixels goes down from there. Picture quality, you got low, standard, and high. Countdown timer, continuous shot, face detection. Your ISO goes up to 1600. Exposure, white balance, and hit the wrong button. Red eye reduction, chroma flash, selfie mirror, and shutter sound. Let's go into the camcorder here and see the same settings pretty much here. And of course, you can record here in full 1080, 720, and down from there. You can set your video duration for 30 seconds, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or no limits. So really nice stuff there. Also got image stabilization. It's not the best in the world, but at least it does have it. So let's go to the rear camera here. And now we're in the camcorder mode as well. So you got your flash, same full 1080p recording, 720. Video duration is the same there as well. Switch around to just switch to the camera here. Got your same auto effects. They're all the same. Nothing's changed there. And you also here have a 13 megapixel camera, and it drops down there from 8 to 5 to 4 16:9. And you got, countdown timer, face detection, and red eye reduction, all that kind of stuff there. Here is a few simple photos and a little video here that I took with this phone. So let's go ahead and check that out. So here is the rear camera here in full 1080. Looks pretty good here on my end. Have to, of course, look at the playback here and just see how everything is. So far, looks pretty good. So there was just a little, sample there from pictures and videos here with this phone here in good lighting. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at gaming. I did download a couple of games. Go into Asphalt 8. I'll get this here set up here, and I will come back when it's finished loading up. Alright, so I have played this game several times. I can't seem to get the calibration right. It always goes to the far left. Just like that right there. So we have to do the best we can here just by showing you how it does do. So let's go ahead and play a few minutes here. We'll see how gameplay is. So from a little off screen, I apologize. Having to look here at the actual game instead of looking at the screen and play this game. But it seems to play this game right here fairly well. I don't really see any really bad drop frames. A game like this right here does seem to play fairly well with no hiccups, no problems. It just seems to do a pretty good job, while playing a game like Asphalt 8. But yeah, so right now, does seem to be pretty good. I mean, no drop frames, works like a champ. Let's go back home here. Does take a minute to go back home. I'll do one more game here. We'll play Dead Trigger, and we're going to see how Dead Trigger does here on this device. More graphic, little bit more graphic intense game here, and so we'll let it load up here for a second. It shouldn't take very long, and we'll play. So let's go ahead and play here. Wait for it to load. So the bezels on this phone here are kind of big. Some like that, some don't, but it does give it a little bit more leverage while playing games. So it's kind of nice to have that as well. Go ahead and start playing here. Now scrolling around here, it ain't the smoothest in the world. It has some drop frames. It's kind of choppy, and it's just not that smooth when you're trying to turn, stuff like that. It's very choppy, trying to, turn and everything here on this game. And it's just, not the greatest experience when playing games. Now, playing small games like Temple Run or Subway Surfer or Candy Crush or whatever shouldn't be that much of an issue. But this game right here, I mean, just normal playing won't give you any problems. You have to just kind of deal with that kind of, hiccups. You know what I'm saying? Let's go back home here if I can. Go back home. And you can see here that it's just not the fastest phone in the world. It does do good under basic normal usage, but as far as, using it really heavily and using it really, using it for like everyday usage for like, heavy duty using, it's going to slow down on you. It's not going to be the most powerful phone in the world. This phone does run the 1.4 gigahertz octa-core 435. And it does do pretty well. It does do good. The fact that it is GSM and CDMA used on all 4 major carriers is a really big deal as well. Cameras on it are pretty solid. Battery life is good. The biggest problem I've seen is trying to run graphic intense apps or games. Sometimes it wants to bog down, slow down, and it can get a little annoying at times whenever it just does not want to cooperate with you. But sound quality sounds pretty good on it. The call quality is good as well. Reception seems to be on par with other phones that I have actually used. Fingerprint scanner is very poor in my opinion. It'll work when it wants to, and right now it's doing a good job. There's times it works good and there's times it just does not work good at all. But overall, basic usage, if you don't push this phone very hard, you will not have a bit of problem with this phone. Now, I wish it would have came with a case in the box, because this phone is extremely slick. If you've ever held an iPhone 6, this is slicker. I'm telling you, you will drop this phone very easily. It's just that slick. Having that front-facing flash is very nice as well. Helps out for those nighttime vlogs, selfies, or whatever. Up here, you'll see up there, of course, is also a notification light, which is really nice. But the overall phone look and feel, it feels kind of lightweight. It don't feel like a very premium device, but it does feel nice and it does look nice. So, my thoughts overall is that it's a good phone. And if it feels like 99 bucks, I would say grab it all day long. 149 I think is a little bit steep for this phone here. But like I said, you are getting a phone that supports all 4 carriers and it is unlocked. So that's just my review here of the Orbic Wonder. If I left out anything, leave it in the comments below. I'll get back with you as soon as possible. If this was helpful and informative, hit that like button. This is the review of the first phone challenge here that I'm starting on my channel. The Orbic Wonder here. So leave a comment down below, leave a like, that'd be appreciated, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that bell as well, so it would really be appreciated. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.